Hi flames, welcome back to my channel. So we are going to be doing a pick a card on your next timeline shift. Let me tell you right now, this video, something is being completed right now. So these are the 4 cards that we're going to be doing today, and let me tell you, we never do 4 cards, so enjoy. Pile 1, pile 2, pile 3 and pile 4. Pile 1, you are about to move through a massive completion, karmic ending in your life, just like ending period. Let me tell you, you have literally, I'm hearing, outrun a timeline. Like, you move through this energy faster than was ever expected. I feel like a lot of the energy guides, they expected you to finish this like a lot later. You have completed a timeline already, and let me tell you, everything feels like it may be crumbling down. You may be feeling like, what's going on? Like, why do I feel like I'm here, I'm at the timeline, but nothing is like moving? And that is because you are so freaking early. Like, firstly, props to you, because I feel like you're doing an amazing job. Now we have Scorpio energy. I also feel like we have Saturn energy. So a lot of healing that you've completed, okay? A lot of wounds around the masculine, wounds around healing. Like, I almost feel like you're in this place where you don't really need healing anymore, and period. If you do not need healing, come and join my Phoenix chambers, because for the people who no longer need to heal in the same way, that is what my chambers are set up for. Life-changing portals and thresholds that do not take from you, okay? But anyway, I don't know, I just feel like you are so done with something. You are so done with something. Like, I'm hearing 10, 10, 10. So look at your 10th house placements. Or there is something around the number 10. It does also say 10 here. I didn't even notice that, right? Again, 5 of Swords. Like, I feel like a lot of you are coming out of a lot of cycles around conflict, okay? This is what I feel like you're leaving behind. You're leaving behind conflicts. Now, right now, you may be dealing either with conflict around you, but even if you're not, it's like the mirror. It's like heavy energy, right? It's like, you know, you're done with something. You know you're about to exhale, but the path hasn't yet appeared. Something isn't yet so ready for you to be able to move. So I feel like you're leaving a lot of conflicts behind. What is the transitional period here? Let's see. And what era are you stepping into? Right. First things first, a lot of your energy, and this is exactly where my collective energy is. This is what I'm telling you. Someone in this room that is going to watch this pick a card, you absolutely need to go and join my Phoenix chambers. There's 1, 2 of you, maybe even 3 that are supposed to join, okay? First things first, you're in this energy right now where you are done. When I tell you you are done, you are done. It is time for you to reject every single timeline, every single thing that no longer matches your vibration. Period. That is period. You are in this phase where you've already completed the cycle. The serpent eating itself, the Ouroboros, that is major cycle completion. But for some reason, your energy is still mirroring the old. And the only way to combat that energy, truthfully, if you feel like you don't need more healing, if you feel like I am done, like you're done, period, okay? The only thing you can do is deny it. Ignore it. It is time to focus on what it is that you do want. Because here's the transitional period, King of Pentacles, right? You're about to walk into a life. You're quite literally at the doorway, 7 of Cups, of everything that you've ever wanted, of moving into a life of wealth. Some of you want to build businesses, or there is a business being created here. There is a legacy, right? And legacy can come through wealth, it can come through money, a career path. It could come from you just taking life more seriously, but there is some serious maturity here, because you're done with the old cycle. The old cycle being, I have to constantly outgrow other people. I have to move through healings, through lessons. People are mirroring my energy. Like I'm stuck in this situation of drama, conflict. I'm stuck with the old energy of not being able to trust myself, always feeling weak, feeling like I'm always meeting myself, but nothing's ever meeting me. Okay, that energy wants to come to an end. It's already done. You are ready to move into a life that is yours. But look what come up for what you're moving into. 9 of Swords. You need to deny this energy. You need to start waking up. This is the timeline jump that you're moving into. Waking up. It is time to wake up. Okay? Saturn almost bringing to life all that you don't want. Awakening. Especially with that Scorpio energy, okay? Scorpio brings up a lot of fears, a lot of feelings, a lot of emotions. But for you, it's not even just more healing. Now, don't get me wrong. You have to meet yourself emotionally. So that may mean sitting in this emotion and alchemizing from it. Seeing what is blocking my way? What is causing the illusion? Is it not feeling good enough? Is it being around people that I need to end relationships with? Is it not being met? Is it not feeling good internally? Because it's up to you to build this new system. Because this is what you need to do. Build the new system. I'm telling you. But if you're always stuck in the illusion, if you're always stuck in this self-pity party, in not feeling good enough, feeling depressed, feeling not good enough, then that is where you're gonna stay. For you, this transitional period isn't about moving into more healing or having to complete this, having to be the one to stand up. This is about you saying fucking no. This is about you looking at your options, finally, looking at the doorway. And some of you are even ignoring these old options, these old cups that haven't fulfilled you, these old flames, these old mirrors. You're saying, no, I choose the new doorway. I'm not going to settle for this bare minimum energy. It is time for you to awaken, and this is the energy of the ending. It's about awakening. It's about how long have you sat at the top of this mountain and not seen the star? Not seeing that you're the star. It wants to awaken you now. The snake has the serpent has literally completed itself. So the only thing that you can do is internal work. This is a loop, okay? This is you suffering in a loop. It is time to end this energy, and it's time to choose healthy partnerships, healthy options that are going to bring you to the bigger rooms, that are going to magnetize your energy, that are going to allow you feeling more than rather than less than. That is your energy. That is the timeline jump. You are about to jump from being less than, being in this suffering loop, into saying, I don't need the fucking suffering loop. And you're quite literally throwing the card and setting it on fire and walking away. I love and appreciate you, Pile 1. I will see you in the next one. Pile 2. Let's see your big timeline jump. So firstly, I feel like your energy is awakening, okay? Your energy is choosing light in times of darkness. Okay, here's the thing. I feel like this whole timeline jump for this collective reading, this pick a card, is very much people awakening. But for you, yours is all about being stuck in a dark period. I want you to imagine being stuck in the clouds, literally like this card. Seeing darkness, darkness, darkness around you, and then piercing it with your light, using your torch to pierce through the darkness so you can see light. That is period. That is your energy. That is the timeline jump for you. That is the frequency that you are stepping into. 5 of Cups. We've got a lot of 5 today. You're leaving behind a lot of this energy of sadness, of victim energy, of not feeling good enough, okay? You're letting go of a lot of what hasn't worked out, and you're saying, in times of darkness, When everything mirrors wrong, I choose my light. I choose to show up. I choose to be the reason that I magnetize in this world. You are quite literally choosing your option. Does that make sense? So it's like the Five of Cups, right? You have all these spilt cups, but what do you have left? But it's not even about what you have left. You're saying, okay, I'm looking at all these options and I'm saying, no, no, no. I choose my own. I choose my own energy. You are becoming one with your soul. Cancer energy, okay? You are becoming your own nurturing star, your own inner expression. You have a way with words. And there is something here about silence for a long time. You've been silent for like such a long period of time in your life, right? You have always bit the bullet on stuff, or you've always had other people decipher what you truly want, and your energy is saying, I don't want that. Quite literally, you are like jumping out of old doorways, but there is something here that keeps you like drawn to the past. You see how your energy is jumping, and on this card it's jumping as well, because you are quite literally leaping into a new energy, the World card. But I feel like it's all about decision for you, because that World card was sitting sideways. So it's like you can't decide. It's like you need permission. You are letting go of needing permission. This is your next timeline jump. You're learning to not need, what is the word? You're learning to not need something that shows up for you. I can't remember what the word is, but you don't need proof. That is the word. You're learning to not need proof for things. You're learning to move and exist just as you are. That is what you're learning. You're learning to become the living wealth, to become the living legacy, to become the living leader, the King of Pentacles. That is the silent watcher that knows he has it all, literally. He knows his energy. He doesn't overpour. His emotions do not overbalance. And with Cancer energy, Cancer can be quite emotional, but I also feel like Cancer is just real, right? That period, like Cancer is just real. Cancer speaks to the soul. And I feel like you are learning to speak to your own soul. You're learning to say, I don't need the proof anymore. I don't need anyone to hold my hand. I don't need these lessons. I don't need people telling me that I can't end things or I can't move forwards. You are choosing your own doorway. You are learning to see yourself. And I think it's very interesting that this card has no light. It's just shadow, right? Because it's like, I feel like there is a part of you that feels a bit empty, right? You feel a bit empty with yourself, the way that you mirror in this world, the way that you're seen, you know, the way that you're felt, especially with that Cancer energy. You're not felt. And especially with King of Pentacles, right? King of Pentacles is wounded masculine energy that just made it to the top. The masculine that built his own structure, yes, but also didn't learn to nurture himself. You are learning to both nurture yourself by choosing yourself, by understanding I'm the light even if I mirror shadow, right? The light doesn't need to always shine for you to know yourself. So you're learning balance, darkness and light. Five of Swords again. Again, it's like there is a lot of people just wanting to block your energy right now, okay? There are a lot of people that want to pull you to this past. They want to keep you in this tangled energy. But I also feel like it's all to do with your own inner conflict. There is a wound here that you need to cut when it comes to self, when it comes to allowing people to bring you back to a place where you're used, where your anger is used to destroy you and in the process of destroying other people. It's like you almost need to learn your silent energy. You need to learn your own inner wit. You need to learn your own choice. Again, Knight of Swords. You need to trust your own communication. You need to trust what you know. period, okay? Because it's like you need to understand your voice. You need to understand who you are. Because people are going to try and drag you to this past. They're going to try and take away from your boundaries. But I'm almost getting like, nothing can stop my shine, okay? I'm getting 50 Cent here. You see, the light is within. You are moving and shifting into a timeline where you see yourself as light. You are going to become so wealthy and magnetic though, because the King of Pentacles, though he doesn't know how to nurture himself, let me tell you, he made it. He made it to the top. He understands the balance of scales. And I feel like you're in a darkness almost, is like, it's like your own shadow is your own protector in a sense. That's a good thing. But I also feel like you're learning to show the world your shadow, literally the world. You're learning to show the world your shadow. You're learning to be just yourself, to make choices for yourself. And the timeline that you're jumping into is all about your own visibility, your own sense of self-worth, but also your own authority, your own choice, your own speed. You're no longer going to be controlled by these other timelines. And if they come up, let me tell you, you're already prepared to move so fast away from this energy, because you don't need it anymore. You don't need anyone to tell you what you know within your soul. This is soul alignment. I love and appreciate you, pile 2. I will see you in the next one. Pile 3. Let's go ahead and take a look at the timeline you're jumping into. Let me tell you right now, you're about to shoot. You're about to aim, okay? But like, I want to say shoot for the stars, but you're shooting for what's yours. Okay, period. Like, I'm getting someone who is just like on the battlefield, okay? This is giving me very much like protector energy, okay? We have the sun here. So this is giving like illumination. You're moving and jumping into a timeline of illumination of your own power, your own strengths, your own protection, but also the things that you want. You are no longer allowing anything to stop you from getting what you need, okay? You are like attracting energy by how focused you are. Like, it's your way or nothing. That may be a bit stubborn to some people, but I feel like it's not about stubborn energy. It's about, I'm here on the battlefield and I'm going to show up. You have some serious wit about you is what I'm hearing. So let's see, what timeline are we jumping into? You're jumping into a timeline of visibility, okay? Of having to show up. So if you've been working on something and you're like almost like right before the next door, this is the door that is going to take you there. But it's going to require you to be up front and center. One thing I do say that needs to come in, when I think of Sagittarius energy as well, I always think of Sagittarius as someone who knows their fucking boundary. They know how to say no. They know how to choose what they want. They know how to be decisive with their energy. And they'll let you know. A Sagittarius will let you know. Like, your presence is fierce in this timeline. And I don't know if you've been around a Sagittarius, but when they say no and you're trying to say yes, I don't think you've ever been around Sagittarius when they're like just not in the mood and they've already said no. Let me tell you, they won't switch their ways for anyone. And I think a part of this timeline is also teaching you about not giving up, not switching timelines, not adjusting, right? Because there is always adjustments and like what's working, what's not working. But the area of your life that you're stepping into is very much like, don't give up, like keep shooting, right? I don't want to say like you're on a battlefield, because that gives kind of survival energy, but I'm going to use it, right? If you're on a battlefield and there's a lot of people around you on horses shooting at you or throwing their arrows at you, you're going to have to switch things up a little bit, right? You're going to be turning 1 second, defending next, and then turning the other way and seeing another person that you need to defend from. But I feel like for you, don't give up. Keep doing it, even if it's in different ways, right? Switch things up for your own well-being, your own, truth, but do not sacrifice yourself. And I did want to say this as well. This also gives me Seven of Wands energy, which feels like defensiveness. Some of you may feel like you're in a battlefield a little bit in life, but the energy that you're moving into is learning to trust your own agility, learning to trust the way that you move, not being swept up by everyone else. Again, boundaries, very significant here for your timeline jump. Because I feel like for a long time you've been doing things a certain way. This energy gives me like you're going to have to switch things up, but at the same time, don't abandon your quest. Like, how do I say this? Don't abandon the end goal, but be prepared in this new timeline to switch things up, because your mindset is becoming like, if you've been working on yourself, okay, or you've been doing self-love, you've been in sacrifice for such a long time, especially if you're on a spiritual journey, let me tell you, expect like your energy to start paying off. Something is paying off in this new timeline for you. But I also feel like with that sacrificial energy, you need to make sure that you don't do things that are gonna hinder you long term. Because it's good to sacrifice yourself for knowledge, but not from a place of vulnerability. Because sometimes you have to be in a vulnerable situation to be able to achieve new things. Sometimes you have to quite literally be go, go, go on the battlefield. But I also want you to remember your system. And this is what's important. Your system, your boundary, your yes or no, okay? You decipher the energy. Do not let anyone sweep you up from what is yours. But be prepared to be open, to have to, like change things up, to even have to stay focused at something, right? But you choose. Ace of Swords, literally. You see how I chose that energy? But you choose. This is your sword. You get to decipher where your arrow goes. You get to decipher the goal. And this is the timeline that you're moving into. You're moving into a time where you are so fiercely you. You are expressing yourself like never before. Oh, let me tell you. You are quite literally showing up. Your energy is like, I don't know what it is, what timeline you've just ended, but maybe it is this energy, maybe it is self-sabotage, maybe it is people just like deciphering for you, getting swept up in everyone else's energy. But the energy that you're moving into, let me tell you, is like, I show up for me. It is so expansive. Some of you so expressive. It's like, I can't explain it. It's like putting yourself in front of the sun, like visibility. Think no longer needing approval, no longer needing to prove yourself, like putting what you've learned to the test. So again, if you've been learning to open up your throat chakra and express yourself, get ready to shoot the arrow. Get ready to speak up. Get ready to lead. Get ready to be the person front and center. And I think for a long time, you were maybe in this sacrificial energy. You were in this timeline of having to wait, having to like, wait on other people, wait on approval. But it's like the moment you decided, it's like in order to access this timeline, it's the moment you decide. It's the moment you pick up your sword and you say, you know what, I'm choosing my way. I don't even know where I'm going, but I'm choosing my own way. I will walk, even if it's through fire, through whatever. But some of you aren't even saying that, through water. You're not even saying that. You're saying, I walk my way. And as stubborn as that sounds, it's actually very clear. It's coming across clear, because for the first time you are clear. That is what's different. For a long time you were in between this and this, like, I don't know about this, I don't know about this. Like maybe you were even like self-sabotaging yourself by being indecisive, or listening to other people, or getting in your own head. Like your mindset hadn't fully evolved because you were still learning. But this energy is I'm clear for the first time. I'm intentional, I'm clear. And this is why your boundaries want to be front and center. So let me get one card. Period. 10 of Pentacles. You're going to be making money. Okay? Some serious money coming in. Again, boundaries. If you're doing anything in terms of a business organization, put things in place that are going to help you, not that are going to sweep you up. Because you may be needing to ground, and here comes another person with, you know, something else to throw at you. Not in a negative way, but like a lot of people are going to be communicating with you. You're moving into a timeline of communication, okay? Of time is now, like it's time for me to show up. You've been waiting for a long time to have your moment. This is it, front and center. But it's not gonna, it may even not even look like how you expected it to. Maybe you expected it to be a bit more slow, grounded, or even just like a certain type of way. But it's coming in fast. It's saying, okay, you want to be front and center? Here we go. It's time. Things are picking up now. We're getting moving. There is something very magical about you. Your magical energy is really going to help you as well. But you're attracting the right people with your intention, okay? Get ready. People are coming in. I love and appreciate you, pile 3. Pile 4. You are the Wheel of Fortune. And let me tell you, when I was picking out these cards and I was seeing what energy was coming in for each timeline, let me tell you, I picked this card immediately actually, but it was almost like I didn't pick it, and then I was like, fuck it, for piles, period. Because your energy is that lucky. You're moving into such a fucking lucky timeline. Now, let me tell you, I did just do pile 3's reading. They had a good reading. But as I was done with the energy, I saw the Ace of Pentacles. Now, I was going to go back. I'd already ended pile 3's video. I was going to go back, but then something in my mind was like, this is for pile 4. Pile 4 is moving into some wealth. Okay, now pile 3 had 10 of Pentacles, so the wheel is turning in your favor. You are lucky energy, and not everyone is going to have access to this energy. Let me tell you, not everyone is going to be prepared for this change in life, because your life is about to change. You're about to move into a timeline where things are going to move quicker. But I also feel like if it doesn't happen immediately after you watch this, please wait until Year of the Fire Horse, because things are going to change for you, okay? Things are going to be coming in, especially around that springtime where snow is melting, I'm seeing. If snow is melted around you, good sign, because things are coming in. But it's going to also be springtime, okay? But right now, the wheel has started turning. Things are going to move really fast for you. You have such like high vibrational energy here, such lucky like magnetism, star energy, like a wealthy energy, lucky energy. Some of you are like truly locked in with manifesting, as you should be, right? But some of you wait till spring if it doesn't fully come in. But trust the seasons have got your back with this one. Let me tell you, you've been waiting for a while, is what I'm hearing. You even borderline almost fell into some pit, is what I'm seeing. I think the reason the energy is changing for you, and literally Queen of Swords, I haven't even got my energy out to say this yet, but period. Truthfully, the energy is changing for you because you decided something. It was that moment between feeling like you're in darkness, feeling like the end of the world, like I'm going to suffer again, I'm going to be put in this loop. It was the moment you decided, fuck no. No, 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 no. I am going all in. I choose my own energy. I choose to move. It was the decision you made, whether it was quiet, whether it was fierce, okay, like the Queen of Swords, whether it was straight up dictatorship. You said, I'm choosing this energy. I'm choosing to move into a timeline of wealth, and that was already done. It was already signed and done from that point, is what I'm hearing. And if you haven't, be prepared to. It takes a decision. Because you're ready for something. But I also feel like you had to shed this energy before you step into this timeline. You had to shed this energy where you forgot who you were. I almost had brain fog then. You forgot who you were for a long time. You forgot your own energy. And I feel like maybe even you tried to become someone else for a little bit, or your identity was like shifting so much that it was like it didn't know where it wanted to land. This identity shift that you move through is like very divine feminine coded. It's very just like powerful is what I'm trying to say. There was something very karmically charged. That is why the wheel is turning for you as well. Look, the womb. It was all about identity for you. Your identity was trying to be someone for such a long time. And I feel like the moment like you realize things just like weren't working because of what everyone else made you to be. Meaning, I'm getting like mother wounds, right? Because the womb energy. Or people who just like didn't see your vision, you know, people who made you to be the villain. Like your identity has always been in struggle, it's always been in poverty, it's always been on the lack side of things, the side where you have to heal, the side where you have to make it out. And your energy finally ended that, because you finally said, I'm not going to be anyone else. Firstly, I'm going to be myself, and that is how I show up. And it's almost as if like your inner star energy just is magnetizing right now. It's like your sun is pulsing. If you're hearing sirens, bells ringing right now, or just like noises beeping in your environment, that is because your energy is like pulsating with how bright. You know what I'm seeing? The Exorcist. The Exorcist 2. Where she goes for the x-ray and you see the exorcist right inside of her energy through the x-ray. That is what I see through the MRI. It's like there is this thing that has been living in you for so long that stopped you from being your best self, stopped you from taking action, authoritative direction. Some of you are about to climb ranks here. I'm saying like, if you want to be a CEO, businesswoman, businessman, it's possible. But your leadership doesn't come from everyone else's energy. It's almost as if, I'm going to describe it to you in the way of career, but take it how it resonates. It's like working at a job, having all the skills qualified because you've learned it, because you started from the bottom, because you shifted at every single point, you climbed up the ladder. But people in the workplace saying, well, you're not exactly what we were looking for. You don't exactly do the work the way that we want. You're not social enough. Well, you look a certain way. You have a certain skin color, so you can't be a manager. Sorry. That is what it's been like for you within your identity. And you're about to not only end that whole company, you're about to create your fucking own. And you're about to take it there. And I'm seeing people from this old workplace, from your whatever area of your life, people, friendships, whatever you're just now leaving behind, like, oh shit, they made it and they're doing well. And it's like that seething jealousy, that seething energy of like, well, fuck me, they did it. How is that fair? Well, they cheated a lot when they were here. It's like that energy that you're moving through, but within your identity, within always being the black sheep, always like being told this, always being pulled down at the last second. And your energy is finally like, hell no, I'm done with that energy. I'm done surviving for other people. Now, welcome to my world. Welcome to my energy. Welcome to my authority. And in my authority, you bitches are going to pay to be in my presence, period. You're going to pay to be in my energy. Okay? I'm no longer 5 of Wands competing with anyone. I am literally becoming my own vessel. I'm becoming the one that burns it down. And a lot of this energy, this people, this identity, even not even just people around you, right? I'm going to be so honest with you. Versions of you coming back and being like, we can't do this. Well, here's a bit of self-doubt. Or, well, you know, this isn't really your energy. You're copying someone else. Every version of you, even subconsciously, your old belief system is coming back in. And right before you shift, they're going to be like, hell no. But you're done competing. You're done being less than. Instead, your energy just decided, I'm showing up. I'm doing it. I'm moving. I'm fucking what? Because I refuse to keep burning under anyone else's rules. I refuse to keep being held back, being renegotiated with. Like, I'm choosing myself. And this is how you get everything that you want. I'll leave it there. 6 of Wands and the Sun in reverse. The energy of you being oppressed, suppressed even, being invisible is over. You're about to be seen. You're about to be who you need to be. And the truth of the matter is, powerful, your energy is the entire pick a card, okay? That is how serious this is. Each of the piles represent different identities, different awakenings, right? Your pile, powerful, if you chose this, you said, I don't need to move through that energy. I move because I say so. And so it is done. You quite literally ended the entire system just by choosing your own direction. You did an L Woods. You did what, like it's hard? You literally said, is it hard? Is it hard to move through this energy? It's like all the bullshit that you went through, you just simultaneously ended that. And this is why the world is moving so fast for you. So whether this will happens right after you watch this video, be prepared, okay? Because you're about to walk through some serious energy that says, I'm the shit, I walk through the doors that I want, period. I love and appreciate you, pile 3.